Tuberculosis, a disease which has an increasing number of patients in Balochistan despite government's efforts to diagnose and put the patients on treatment across the province. According to the prevalence survey conducted in 2012, an estimated burden of TB in Balochistan is 261 per 1 lakh population, giving an absolute number of 38,000 patients annually. How the Provincial TB Control Program has been providing diagnostic and treatment facilities to the patients. We have interviewed the Provincial Coordinator, and this is how he has explained the TB situation in Balochistan.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Sherif Ghanri Sani. I am Provincial Coordinator TB Control Program Balochistan. Since 2019, we have doubled our centers. So we started with only 91 centers where we were giving treatment and diagnostic facilities in Balochistan free of cost. Now we have 179 total centers in public and overall 202 centers in overall Balochistan, public and private. So treatment and diagnosis, all facilities are free of cost in Balochistan in all 202 centers in Balochistan. So the last survey that was conducted, it was conducted in 2012. According to that survey, estimated burden of TB in Balochistan is 261 per 1 lakh population. And if we convert it into absolute numbers, so the total number of diseased persons per year in Balochistan with TB are 38,000, which means that we are covering around 49% of the TB patients. We are diagnosing them and we are putting them on treatment. So the 51% of patients are still missing. Either they are getting their treatment from another province or they might be getting their treatment from the private sector. But we are trying to engage the private sector as well. We are also bringing some legislations according to which TB would be a notifiable disease in all over Balochistan. Wherever a TB patient is being treated, they will be bound to inform TB control program. The day we diagnose all 38,000 of the TB patients and then we put them on treatment, and when the incidence is decreasing, the prevalence is decreasing, we will go into the elimination phase and after that in eradication phase. But that is a very long, I do not see it in a very long sight, so not in next 10 years. So we are doing good. Since 2019, we have doubled the cases. In 2019, we have total 9,000 cases. Now we have 18,000 cases. So TB control program is progressing. So the main problem, the main challenge is that we have, our budget is very low. We need a lot of money, lot of funds to control TB in Balochistan. So according to last provincial strategic plan, for 3 years, Balochistan provincial TB control program would be needed 7 billion rupees to control TB in Pakistan, in Balochistan, sorry. But we have only 6% of the available funding, but we are still doing good. We are making efforts. I'm thankful to our current government, Minister Bakht Mohammad Kakar Sahab and Secretary Mujibur Rahman Sahab. They have invested into TB after half a decade. This is the very first time in last 5 years that government has invested in TB in the form of a PC1. The cases are there. There are 38,000 TB cases annually in Balochistan. So we have to find all 38,000 till we reach 38,000. I am optimistic. In 2026, we are expanding our diagnostic network. Right now, we have 45 PCR machines installed in all over Balochistan, in all districts, all DHQs, all THQs. Now we are gonna install 36 more Gene Expert machines. Gene Expert is a PCR machine comparatively higher in sensitivity than microscope. So microscopy. So I'm optimistic that in the next year we would maybe cross 22,000, 23,000. We will be closer to the total number of cases that are annually present here. Actually, the concept is that you have to understand that the cases are not increasing. Cases are already there. Program is enrolling more patients now. So the main issue of TB control program is missing TB cases. Now we have diagnosed 18,000 in 36,000. 18,000 are still out of our approach, and we don't know where are they, what are they doing, where are they getting treatment. Maybe they are living somewhere and they're further spreading the disease. A single TB patient, if not treated, transmits the disease to 10 new patients in a year. So we have to find those and we have to bring them as well into our treatment. Now they know that TB is free of TB's diagnosis, TB's treatment, everything is free of cost in entire Pakistan, not only in Balochistan.
What if I told you an IPL player got dropped overnight not because of his injuries, not because of his form, but because his passport became political? Now, this is the story of Mustafizur Rahman, and it is raising a brutal question. The question is, where does cricket end and hyper-nationalism begin? The Kolkata Knight Riders had signed Bangladesh left-arm pacer Mustafizur Rahman for IPL 2026. Big money too. Reports even claim that 9.2 crore was spent on it, which is the most expensive Bangladeshi pick in IPL's history. Then came the storm. Voices linked his selection to anger over attacks on Hindu minorities in Bangladesh, and the outrage quickly turned into pressure. Pressure not just on the franchise but also on the league. On January 3, KKR confirmed they had released Mustafizur after being instructed by the BCCI. The board secretary Devajit Saikar also told an Indian news media channel ANI that the decision was tied to the recent developments that the KKR would be allowed a replacement under IPL rules. Now, Reuters reported that the decision landed amid worsening India-Bangladesh tensions, including protests in New Delhi after the killing of a Hindu factory worker in Bangladesh, with arrests made in the case. The politics behind it is astonishing. BJP leaders publicly welcomed the move. One BJP leader, Sangeet Som, even framed it as a victory for Hindus, according to the Times of India. Meanwhile, NDTV reported spiritual leader Thakur had criticized Shah Rukh Khan, KKR's co-owner, over the signing, arguing that it hurt the public sentiments. Here's the split. Supporters say sports cannot be insulated with emotions which are raw and diplomacy is on fire. Critics say this is collective punishment, that a cricketer is being made a proxy for geopolitics and that cricket is being pulled into the cultural wars. Even Bangladesh board is reportedly considering asking for the T20 World Cup matches to be moved out of India over security concerns. Lastly, the question which the viewers need to answer is this protection of national sentiment or proof that hyper-nationalism now picks the playing 11 in cricket?